Hello and welcome to Somerville Highlander Boys Lacrosse on Somerville Ed TV. I'm Todd Harmon, and today the Highlanders welcome in the Witches of Salem High School as the Witches come in 5-10, ranked number 40 in Division 4. Highlanders 6-10 overall, ranked number 48 in Division 2, and we are underway as Jaden Benson for Salem throws the errant pass back. That is out of bounds. The Highlanders will get the possession. Highlanders coming in, eliminated from the playoffs as they were able to make the playoffs last year, but unfortunately not able to make it this year. Losses to Medford and Lynn Classical over the last week and a half, knocking them out of any playoff contention. Salem, same boat as the Highlanders. These two teams very similar in terms of their records. 5-10 for the Witches, 6-10 for the Highlanders. Witches have beaten the same teams the Highlanders have, as the Witches have beaten Malden, coming off a victory over Malden. They also have beaten Lynn earlier in the season, as the Highlanders did earlier, and they shut Revere out, as the Highlanders have done this season. Salem was able to defeat Watertown. The Highlanders suffered a 3-point loss to Watertown. So we should have a pretty even game here between the Witches and the Highlanders. So Highlanders working in the offensive end. Josue Guevara with it, feeds it. Now the interior pass, a shot there by Rosas, and that is saved on the interior. Great stop by Vincent Milano. So he was able to make that save. Rosas able to knock the ball out for a moment. However, Salem able to obtain the offensive zone. Mikey Curtin out wide. He is one of their best offensive players. Number 2, keep an eye out for number 5 as well, Andreas Bernal. You see him at the top of the alleyway there. Behind at the X position, Curtin has it, feeds it to Bernal. Bernal looking for the cutter, fires that one. A shot there, blocked. Excellent job on the interior, but the ball bouncing around. Picked up by Curtin, so Salem will maintain their possession. Good job in the goal by Zach Gordon. So he was able to make the stop there on the shot attempt by Gabe Bennett. Highlanders get the ball on the turnover, and they will be into the attacking zone. It's Pasquale Candelino with the ball. Candelino trying to work at the top of the alleyway, pulls it back out. Highlanders get their offensive players in. There's Chris Casesso. Will pick up the ground ball as they begin their offensive attack. Keep an eye on the interior. Matt DeAngelis, number 3, leading scorer for the Highlanders. As they feed it over wide. Colin Rosas with it. Also keep an eye on Pasquale Candelino, number 5. He has turned into quite the crease man for this Highlanders team. That errant pass, DiCarlo unable to handle it. Stolen away, and Salem will come out with possession. Opportunity here possibly for the Highlanders as Milano is able to get it into his cross. He will feed that one forward. Benson will get it. As Benson fires that one forward. And into the attacking zone, Bernal out of bounds on the errant shot. Tim Jones able to pick it up. Highlanders have the possession here. Tied up 0-0, just underway here from Dilboy Stadium. Chris Casesso, I should say, breaks into the attacking zone. 4 12-minute quarters in boys lacrosse. Field broken down into 3 areas. The midfield area between the football 30-yard lines. The offensive attacking zones inside those 30-yard lines. And then you can actually allow the ball to go all the way out to midfield once you have obtained that 30-yard line. As they look to the interior, they get it to Casesso. Casesso with the side winding shot there goes high of the net. Highlanders keep the possession. Feeds it to Candelino. Pasquale with the shot. As Matt Costa tried for the assist there. Matt Costa at the X position keeps the possession for the Highlanders. Costa feeds it out wide to DiCarlo. DiCarlo being harried there by Tyrick Jones. He'll pull it all the way out to the top of the alleyway. Highlanders looking for the first score of the game. Casesso looking to break in against Bernal. He pulls that one back out. Zone defense presented here by the Witches. As they work it down behind the net. Costa from the X position. Feeds that to DiCarlo. He'll reverse the ball over here near side. It's Candelino now. Gets the screen from Casesso. Looks to break in. Trying to turn the corner and fire the shot off. Nice block there. Vincent Milano once again just cool as a cucumber. Takes it into the big cross. Now Bernal leads the pass out. And there's a big goal there as Coughlin finishes it off. Fast break goal in transition there. Highlanders had not set their defense. Great pass out by Milano after the save. Bernal with the assist. And Coughlin puts it into the back of the net. 1-0 now. Highlanders trailing. 7:15 remaining in the first quarter. It's Pat Salvato out into the face-off circle. Face-off so critical in lacrosse. After getting the goal, Salem able to get the possession as Rosa wins that face-off for the Witches. Feeds it out wide here to the near side. A.J. Alessi with it. Back out to the top of the alleyway. Pass was errant as it went to the far side to Curtin.
Salem goal number 34, Fionn Coughlin.
Highlanders will get the possession here after the errant pass. On a pass that goes out of bounds, the last team to touch it loses the possession. On an errant shot that goes out of bounds, the team with a player closest gets the possession. As DeAngelis trying to break through, loses the ball out of his cross. Ball hit forward there. Nice job by Antonio Lewis. Can't go past the midfield line. Lewis can't. He is a defender. Has to stay on the defensive side. So Bernal gets the restart for Salem. Feeds it to Alessi. Alessi defended closely by Damian Jackson. Now Alessi from the goal line extended will go back to the X. Feeds it out to Curtin. Curtin trying to make his drive. Working by Lewis. Tries the bouncer, goes up over the net. Out of bounds. Salem determined to get that one. As Coughlin feeds it out to Curtin on the far side. So they will work it around Lister. And now Bernal again. It's Bernal from the right side. Swings in, fires that one. And that one's good with a left-handed shot by Andreas Bernal. 2-0 now the Salem lead. Bernal assisting on the first goal, scoring the second goal as he spun off of his defender to the left-handed shot.
Salem goal number 5, Andreas Bernal.
6:01 remaining here in the first quarter. Highlanders down by 2. You can see how the face-off's so critical. After that goal by Coughlin, Salem able to get the possession and score yet another goal. And there they go, winning another face-off. Jaden Benson will clean that up and bring it on into the attacking zone. Benson, checked by Colin Rosas. Uses the screen from Coughlin. So Tim Jones was able to get the ball out of the cross. Foul is going to be called. Possession will go over to Salem. So Salem gets the restart. Curtin at the X. Feeds that one over to Coughlin, who has room to clean it up. Hits Curtin coming out of X. So Lewis drops in to defend him. Curtin trying to get away from Lewis. Passes to the top of the alleyway. Lister kicks it out here to the near side. That's Alessi. Gets to the interior with the pass. The shot from Lister on the give and go there. Goes wide across the goal mouth. Coughlin nearest to it, so Salem will maintain the possession. So they feed it back out wide to Curtin. Curtin gets by Lewis. Casesso meets him on the double team. Is able to check the ball out of the cross there as Curtin about to make the shot attempt. Ball out of bounds. Salem will maintain the possession. 4:55 remaining in the first quarter. Witches up by 2. As Lister feeds it top of the alleyway. Back over to Lister. So he goes behind to the X position. Tries to feed Bernal, cutting in. Bernal didn't quite direct it towards the goal. However, Lister was able to save it. Now Bernal, C attack as he comes out of X. Curves around like the letter C and puts it home in the back of the net. As Andreas Bernal picks up his second goal of the game. 4:28 remaining. Highlanders down 3-0. They need to get some possession here in order to get their offense going.
Salem goal number 5, Andreas Bernal.
Pat Salvato back out to the face-off circle. Matt Rosa out there for Salem. Rosa trips on the football 50-yard line. Ball picked up, though, by Benson. As his pass over to Ortiz got by Ortiz all the way out of bounds, so the Highlanders will get the possession. Tim Jones will pick it up in the long cross. And the restart with Tim. Now Lewis trying to clean this up. So he lost that one out of the cross. Leo Fash knocked to the turf. Possession will go to the Witches. Fash lost that one on Curtin's check. Curtin now restarting. 4 minutes remaining in the quarter. Salem up by 3. Highlanders not able to get the possessions yet. There's Lister on the far side. He'll head on back to X. Watch for the cutters here as Lister is back at the X position behind the goal. Lister will come out looking for that C. Once again, he cut back and sent it back to X. Good defense there by the Highlanders as Alessi feeds it back over. Now Curtin. Left-hand side. Good check there by Lewis. Knocked it out. Curtin able to control. Now Curtin down the alleyway. Tries that forehanded overhand shot. Knocked out by Lewis. Tim Jones was able to pick it up. Now Jones in transition. Gets across to the face. We have no flag down on that one. So the Highlanders will have the possession. Tim Jones able to get it into the offensive zone. Highlanders will start their possession with Pasquale Candolino with it. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the quarter. Highlanders down 3-0. As Colin Rosas picks that up. Rosas with it now. Highlanders trying to break through this Salem defense. Rosas tries the long shot. Goes wide across the goal mouth. Highlanders will keep the possession as Costa will get the restart from X. Costa feeds it here near side to Candolino. Candolino being checked by Pontius. Now Candolino using his speed, trying to get around that defense. Can't get it down that alleyway. Feeds it back to Costa behind the net. Costa feeds DiCarlo. DiCarlo misses that pass, though. He was being harried at the time by Miguel Pontius. Witches will get the turnover. 2:09 remaining in the first quarter. Restart here for Gabe Bennett. He's defended closely by Rosas, but he's able to break through the check. Now Bernal. Already 2 goals and an assist for number 5. As he finds the cutter right there. Great stop by Zach Gordon. As Alessi with that left-handed shot. was right on the goalie, Gordon, and he was able to make the stop. Now the Highlanders looking to break things out as Gordon fires it kind of blindly downfield. Nobody home except the Witches as Tyreek Jones was able to take that for Salem. Looking for the cutter there as Lister was cutting down the alleyway, but the pass from Alessi goes out of bounds. Highlanders down 3-0. A minute 21 remaining in the first quarter. Highlanders looking for their 7th win of the season. Only one more game remaining for the Highlanders after this. They will be on the road, or I should say they will be hosting Mystic Valley Regional Charter School. Good opportunity for a win there. Turnover as Alessi picks it up. Work being done here by Damian Jackson, checking him. Keeps Alessi from getting the attack directed towards the goal. Now Bernal will start at the top of the alleyway. Under a minute remaining here for the Witches to look for their 4th goal. Bernard, defended by Rosas. Feeds it to Coughlin. Now Coughlin back into X. Tim Jones with the big cross right on him. Knocks it out. Great job by Tim as he steals that one away. 24 seconds remaining here in the quarter as Matt DeAngelis will get into the attacking zone quickly. Feeds it here looking for Seamus Foley as Foley gets his pass blocked by Bernal. Great work by Bernal with the cross. Now Bernal trying to get it forward to Coughlin. Ends up in the cross of Alessi. He drives in, and Gordon with the save. A great job by Zach Gordon as he got that cross down to stop that bouncer from Alessi. And that will do it for the first quarter of play. As the Highlanders trailing 3-0 have yet to get on the board. Andreas Bernal has been the story for the Witches. 2 goals and an assist for number 5. We will be back for second quarter action here on Somerville Ed TV. Back at Dilboy Stadium on Somerville, Ed TV, Highlanders versus the Witches of Salem, as the Witches lead this one 3-0. We have an opening face-off here of the second quarter, Salvato versus Rosa, and Tim Jones able to pick that one up for the Highlanders. Good face-off victory for the Highlanders. Tim's got to keep control of that ball, loses it out of the cross. On the check from Jaden Benson, we'll see what the whistle is. Highlanders will keep the possession. Benson whistled for the infraction. Man-up situation for the Highlanders as Benson will head to the penalty box. Casesso will get the restart for the Highlanders. Good opportunity to cut into this 3-0 lead. 5 defenders and a goalie against the 6 Highlander offensive players. It's Casesso. We'll get the restart going. They'll feed it to the top of the alleyway. Rosas with it there. Back out to Casesso as they try to figure out how to beat this packed-in zone. Just try to find an alleyway to shoot through. As that's exactly what Colin thought he had found there as he fired that one wide and to the right. Highlanders keep the possession. Candelino gets the restart from X. Pasquale spins, tries to fire that one towards the net. Highlanders will keep the possession as Candelino, tough angle shot there. Now Casesso brings it back in, feeds it back to Candelino. Penalty has expired as Salem back to full string. Foley with the laser shot from the tough angle far side. Seamus Foley gets the first for the Highlanders as they're on the board. 3-1 now. As Seamus Foley just with a laser shot from that left-hand side. Really tough angle. Got that one right by Milano.
Number 22, Seamus Foley.
Highlanders now trail by 2. Back to the face-off circle, Salvato and Rosa. And Curtin's able to pick this one up as Rosa rolled it to him. Now Salem on the attack. So Lessie has it out wide. He'll bring it to the top of the alleyway. He's got an opening there. As Rosas, nice job by Colin to shut that one down. They get it back out to Bernal. Bernal feeds it over to Curtin. As they work it around, trying to find an opening through this Highlander defense. They had success in that first quarter going to the X position, that 15-yard area behind the goal, and beginning their attacks from there. Looks like they're going to try to pull their attacks this time and begin from the outside. As Curtin has it. Feeds it over to A.J. Alessi. Now Alessi will work down into that X position. Now keep an eye out for cutters coming in. Or Alessi, as he comes around, left-handed shot, and that gets through Zach Gordon, as Gordon was able to tip it with the cross, but could not keep it out. A.J. Alessi picks up the goal for the Witches. They lead by 3 yet again. Another left-handed shot there for the Witches. 10-14 remaining in the first half. Highlanders trailing by 3. Salvada, Rosa, and the Highlanders will get it as infraction called against Matt Rosa. So Ben DiCarlo still has it in that middle area, has to obtain the 30-yard line as Curtin gives him a nice check there. He's in, loses it out of the cross though. He's able to redirect it to Candolino. Candolino feeds Foley. Foley fires that one, tries to bounce it in. Goes wide of the net. Candolino in place, keeping the possession for the Highlanders. It's Pasquale now from the X position. Comes around. Gets picked up on the double team. Tries to hit Casesso on a skip pass down the alleyway, but just too far out ahead of Chris. Turnover goes over to the Witches. Curtin will get the restart here. 9:43 remaining in the first half. Curtin uses his speed, able to get into that attacking zone, feeds it off, looking for Bernal. Great job by Matt DeAngelis, just poking that right out of the air with the cross. Now Matty D spinning away, looking to start the attack. Highlanders into the attacking zone here as Bernal trying to check him away from that. You have 10 seconds to get through that middle area. Highlanders able to do it and obtain that offensive zone. Now, Tim Jones, he loves that shot. Too high there. The sidewinder with a long cross. Highlanders will keep the possession as Foley will bring it out. Works it out to Matt DeAngelis. 9 minutes remaining in the half. As Rosas out onto the pitch. Rosas defended by Tyreek Jones. Feeds it over. Now Matt DeAngelis cuts in. Loses it out of the back of the cross. Jones trying to pick it up. Candolino comes away with it as he's got it at X. He's looking for a possible cutter. Matt Costa out in front of the goal. It's Candolino. Feeds it out wide to DeAngelis. Highlanders trying to figure out a way through this Salem defense. As Rosas feeds Foley. Foley's sidearm shot goes wide to the right. And Salem will get the possession. As Miguel Pontius back there was able to be closer, determined by the referee when it went out. So Curtin will get the restart. We've seen his speed downfield. Just straight line speed as he gets checked at midfield, runs right through it. And he obtains the attacking zone. 8 minutes remaining in the half. Salem with a 3-goal lead. It's now Coughlin. Lister has it as he reaches the top of the alleyway, defended out there by Casesso. Now Curtin, we have a foul. The flag is down that's going to go against the Highlanders. Bernal spinning in through the defense. Gordon able to smother that. We'll see what this foul is. As Foley, I believe, will be sent off for the Highlanders. Highlanders now down a man as Foley will go to the penalty box. Man-up situation here for the Witches will occur when they return from a timeout. 7:37 remaining in the first half. We'll take it with them. The Witches leading 4-1 over the Highlanders on Somerville and TV. Back at Dilboy Stadium, Highlanders trailing the Witches of Salem by the score of 4-1. 7:37 remaining in the first half. Highlanders down a man after the foul called against Seamus Foley. So now man-up situation for the Witches with the opportunity to secure a larger lead as Jake Lister takes the pass and puts it home. His first goal of the game. 5-1 now the lead for the Witches. As attention returns to the face-off circle, Highlanders need to get some face-off wins, trailing by 4 goals here in the first half. Pat Salvato out of the face-off circle, battling with Matt Rosa. As Rosa fed that out, overrun by both players, and Rosa's able to pick it up. So Rosa now working through the middle area, able to get into the attacking zone. Tried to get Coughlin there, right just outside the crease, but it got by him. Saved by Bennett before it went out of bounds. So Salem able to get the possession. Bernal will get the offense keyed from the top of the alleyway with 7 minutes remaining in the half. Salem looking to build on a 4-goal lead. Lister feeds it out wide. A.J. Alessi there. Back to Lister. Now Andreas Bernal. Bernal breaking in, looking for the hat trick. Fires that one, and it's into the goal. What a location on that shot by Bernal, as the jumping shot, lower right, just down past the foot of Highlander goalie Zach Gordon. And that's a hat trick for Mr. Bernal, and the Witches lead by 5, 6:40 remaining in the half. Face off yet again here, Rosa and Salvato. Rosa had it for a moment, battled about. Benson trying to pick it up, and he does for the Witches, however. Infraction is the call. Push off, I think, by Benson going after that ball. So the Highlanders possession. Tim Jones will bring it into the attacking zone. 6:23 remaining. Clock rolling. Highlanders down by 5. Need a goal badly here. As Candelino has it, goal line extended to the near side. Candelino feeding Rosas. Gets by Colin Rosas over the 50-yard line. Salem will take the possession with 6:04 remaining in the half as Coughlin now gets the restart. Coughlin into the attacking zone, feeds it off to Lister. Lister looking down low, trying to find Bennett right on the near side. Got off of him, but Bennett was able to clean it up at the X. Feeds it to Bernal. Bernal cleans it up a little bit. Damian Jackson loses the netting off of his cross. That's Highlanders down a man by virtue of that right now while he goes over with that equipment issue. The shot went wide of the net. Highlanders maintain Witches maintain the possession as Lister has it here on the near side. Feeds it to Bennett, and now to Curtin. Curtin defended by Matt DeAngelis. Using his speed into the alleyway. Thought about a left-handed shot, reverses it, goes for the right-handed shot. Zach Gordon ready for that one. Great save there by Zach Gordon on the bouncer. Highlanders now trying to get it out of their defensive zone. So it's fed forward to Josue Guevara. Josue, we know he's got some speed. So he's in that middle area, spins away from the defender. reverses his field. He's got to get to the 30-yard line. Feeds it forward to Foley. Foley now to Guevara on a little give and go action, but a great job defensively by Curtin, as Curtin just plucked that one right out of the air. Now Bernal, top of the alleyway, looking out wide to Bennett, just too far ahead of him. The errant pass will go over to the Highlanders on the turnover. 4:42 remaining in the half. So the Highlanders need to get some offense going. It's Rosas. He'll easily have the attacking zone, feeds it to Costa. Costa got underneath his cross and out of bounds. Turnover goes back to the Witches. So the Witches get the restart as Bernal has it right at the edge of their defensive zone, feeds it forward to Miguel Ponchas. And they have obtained the attacking zone with Bennett with it. Now Bennett spins away from his defender. Gets double teamed. Loses the ball out of the cross on the check. Bernal trying to chase it down, and he will clean it up. Bernal, the opportunity on the attack here is he will fire that one from way up the alleyway. Too high, out of bounds. Highlanders will get the possession, as Gordon reacted very quickly to get behind the goal and be closest. Gordon feeds it to DeAngelis. Matty D cut back away from Bennett. Fights off one check, fights through another check. Curtin now comes on, checks the ball right out of the cross. Nice job there by Mikey Curtin, as he dropped the ball right away from Matt DeAngelis. Curtin splits DeAngelis and Casesso. As Curtin into the attacking zone. 3:30 remaining in the half. Salem with the 5-goal lead. Lister now with the ball. Feeds it back to Bernal. Over to Coughlin here on the near side as they work around the perimeter. No rush for the Witches. Leading by 5 goals. 3:15 remaining in the half. Bennett has it out wide. Ball knocked around. Nice job of checking there behind the goal by Antonio Lewis, I'm sorry. But Coughlin able to pick it up. So he feeds it out wide to Alessi. Bernal didn't know the pass was coming, but he ends up with it in his cross. Oh my goodness gracious. Andreas Bernal had the ball bouncing in front of him. Picks it up in the cross, over the shoulder, right past goalie Zach Gordon, as Bernal gets his 4th of the game. 2:48 remaining here in the first half, and Salem with the 6-goal lead. Andreas Bernal, just a magician out there on that shot. .248 remaining in the half. Salvato and Rosa once again. Ball forced out. Picked up by Benson. It's Benson. Sends that forward. Bennett able to come back, or I should say Alessi able to come back to make the play on it. As Alessi makes it into the attacking zone. 2:30 remaining in the half. 6-goal lead for the Witches. Highlanders can't cut into that lead if they can't get possessions. As Bernal cutting in, pass behind him. Rosas will pick this up near midfield, and he will immediately get into the attacking zone for the Highlanders. 2:11 remaining in the half. Highlanders have an opportunity. Rosas feeds Foley. Foley trying to get the shot off. Fires that one up high. Out of bounds. Candelino will get the restart. Candelino now. Near side coming out from X. Spins back. Looking for the right-handed shot. Good job on the interior there. There's Foley as he fires that one wide to the far side. Jaden Benson, number 11, did a really nice job picking up Pasquale Candelino with the double team. It's Candelino now. Loses it out of the cross on the check. Tyreek Jones almost was able to pick it up. Ended up with Candelino, Highlander crease man there. Directed it towards the goal, but it went wide to the near side. Minute 34 remaining in the half. Candelino once again from X. It's Tyreek Jones back there in his face. Tries to spin away from Jones. Gets met by Bennett, or Benson, I should say. Ball knocked out of the cross. Winds up with Vincent Milano in his crease. As Milano looks to feed it out. Casesso trying to steal that one away, and he will. Minute 8 remaining in the half. Highlanders looking to cut into this 6-goal Witches lead. Casesso splits to the defenders. Fires that one. Nice left-handed shot by Chris Casesso on the bounce into the back of the net. So Highlanders cut it to a 5-goal Witches lead. Just under a minute remaining in the first half. So the opportunity with a face-off win to get back into that offensive zone and maybe cut deeper into that lead.
Solo goal number 2, Chris Casesso.
Nice job by Casesso on that shot past Vincent Milano for the Witches. Salvato battling against Rosa. Rosa comes away with it. Gets it into the attacking zone. They feed it to Bernal. Bernal's got Tim Jones to deal with now. 47 seconds remaining in the half as the Witches will set their offense. As Lister comes on. Feeds it out wide to A.J. Alessi. Alessi, top of the alley to Bennett. Now Bernal feeds to the interior. There's Lister. Lister, right-handed shot, puts it in. Lister picks up his second goal of the game. Bernal will pick up his second assist of the game. 8-2. The Salem lead. 25.8 seconds remaining in the half. It's Rosa and Salvato once again in the face-off circle. And Rosa able to come away with it yet again. Feeds it out wide, looking for Coughlin. A little too far ahead of Coughlin. Errant pass out of bounds. Highlanders will get the possession. 20 seconds remaining in the half. They've got to be fast downfield to try to cut into this 6-goal lead. Zach Gordon feeds it back to Tim Jones, and now Tim's got some open space there. Trying to get it forward, looking for Colin Rosa on the run. Costa will pick it up in the attacking zone, but loses it out of the back of his cross. And Jones is there to pick it up, or strike that. That's Pontius there to pick it up. So he sends it back, loses it for a moment. But Milano, Johnny on the spot. As the half ends, Highlanders losing by 6 as the Witches, led by Andreas Bernal, his 4 goals and 2 assists. 8-2, the Highlander deficit. We will be back for second half action here from Dilboy Stadium on Somerville NTV in a moment. Back at Dilboy Stadium as action has already started. Matt Rosa winning yet another face-off for the Witches of Salem. They lead this one 8-2 here on Somerville NTV as we have the second half beginning here between the Witches and the Highlanders. Witches being led by number 5, Andreas Bernal, as he has 2 assists and 4 goals in the game. Highlanders having a hard time in the face-off circle, have not been able to win many possessions, have only scored 2 goals in the game, one by Seamus Foley, one by Chris Casesso. As that ball was saved, it appears. No, it was not. Okay, I was waiting for a signal, and we did get the signal. The Highlanders get the turnover as the Witches lose it out of their attacking zone. So the Highlanders trailing by 6, 8-2, have the opportunity here with this restart to try to cut into this 6-goal lead. As Chris Casesso will begin things for the Highlanders. Gets that 30-yard line, obtains that offensive zone. Feeds that back. Now Matt DeAngelis has it. Just underway here in the second half. Highlanders trailing by 6. D'Angelo showing some speed. Left-handed pass there, trying to get it to Rosas. Down on the ground, picked up by Benson with that long cross, but he loses it. Good checking there by the Highlanders as they were able to force the ball out. Now D'Angelo's gets the screen from Casesso. Double team comes as Bernal is there. They work it out to the top of the alleyway. That's Colin Rosas. Rosas. Down the right-hand side of the alleyway, tries the little short arm shot there, but Lister, I think, got the check onto the cross as the ball came out. Highlanders will keep the possession. It's Candelino with it now after the errant shot. Candelino with Jones on him. Now D'Angelo's. Rosas setting up the pick there. D'Angelo's spins the other direction. Highlanders working their offense very methodically here, trying to cut into this 6-goal lead. Foley cuts into the attacking alley. D'Angelo's loses it out of the cross. Casesso unable to pick it up. Lister able to pick it up for the Witches. So he's got speed into the attacking zone, feeds it forward to Alessi. As the give and go there, defended well by the Highlanders as Rosas had Lister as he cut into the alley. Now Alessi loses it for a moment, but is able to pick it up again. Now Bernal with the top of the alleyway. Flag is thrown. As the Highlanders will be down a man, I think. Or will it be? Teams appear they will be at even strength as Damian Jackson out into the penalty box along with A.J. Alessi for the Witches. So it'll be 5 defenders and a goalie versus 5 offensive players for the Witches. Bennett feeds it back to the top of the alleyway to Bernal. Bernal feeds it to Curtin. Curtin defended by Lewis. Reverses field, right-handed shot. Wide across the far side. Coughlin at the X keeps the possession. It's Coughlin. Feeds it out to Bennett. Out wide, top of the alleyway, Bernal. Highlanders into more of a man-to-man now defensively. They have switched from their traditional zone defense as Bernal's shot goes high of the net. Curtin in position to keep the possession. Not sure if this is a function of the 5-on-5 or if it is a defensive change for head coach Chuck Graham. As that ball bandied about, picked up by Rosas. As he fights off the check from Bennett, is able to get around him. Now Rosas, speed forward. So he will feed it back to Casesso. Got to get across the 30-yard line. As they do, as Rosas will pick it up, defended by Bernal. 8:05 remaining in the third quarter. Highlanders down by 6, looking to cut into it as Candelino has it at X. Tyreek Jones defending him. Salem has also switched to a man-to-man. 5-on-5 action here has ended as the penalties are over. Candelino lost that out of the cross. Good checking there. Benson tried to pick it up. Salem able to come away with it. D'Angelos with the check there, though, and Matt D'Angelos picks up the ground ball. He's down the alleyway. He's got an opportunity here as he fires that one. What a save there by Milano as he butterflies down and saved it right there. It's Vincent Milano, another great save. Highlanders have had some good shots. Milano has made 3 really, really strong saves as Bernal's shot goes wide. Salem will maintain the possession. Lister has it out wide, feeds it to Bennett. Now Bernal, top of the alleyway. As the Highlanders have switched over to a man-to-man. A little help defense given by Tim Jones there as they're able to check the ball away. And Chris Casesso comes away with it. Casesso feeding Jones. Tim will take the bouncer into the attacking zone. Now Jones with that big cross. It's tough to keep a hold of it as the ball does come out. Active checking there on Jones, and Bernal comes away with it. Bernal now dealing with Rosas. Gets into the attacking zone. Double team comes. He runs right by it. Right-handed shot that time by Bernal. As you can see, Salem very proficient, switching up hands, going from right to left-handed shots. Driving in wide open is Lister. As nobody had Lister, Coughlin saw him, hit him, and the ball was in the back of the net. Next thing you knew, Lister gets the hat trick today. That's an assist for Coughlin to go along with his goal, and it is a 7-goal lead now for Salem. .6:20 remaining in the third quarter as Salvato and Rosa in the face-off circle. Salvato able to knock this one away, but there's Curtin picking it up for the Witches. He's got speed into the zone. He's got a man running down the alleyway, and he hits him as Alessi will pick up his second goal of the game, and Curtin will take the assist on that one. Highlander defense asleep at the switch as Mikey Curtin came flying in on the near side. Driving right down the alleyway was A.J. Alessi, and he put it into the back of the net. 8-goal lead now for the Witches. 6:13 remaining in the third quarter. As Salvato fighting, trying to get that ball into his cross, wasn't quite able to. Highlanders able to pick it up. Nice job by Ben DiCarlo, but his pass attempt partially blocked. But Tim Jones comes away with it. As Jones thought about the shot, trying to flick a pass off to Seamus Foley instead, but Tyreek Jones was there to pick it off. Now Benson being checked by DeAngelis and Jones as Tim Jones checks it out of that long cross. That's actually a medium-sized cross. Tim Jones using the long cross. Foul called against the Witches as Jones's shot was blocked by Milano. Milano, just another great shot going down in that butterfly position. Great save, I should say, in that butterfly position, but the Highlanders will be up a man. As Jaden Benson will head off. Called for the illegal check. Highlanders will be up a man here. 5:35 remaining in the third quarter, trailing by 8 as Candelino will get the restart near side. Gives it off to Foley. Foley has a goal. His pass over to Rosas. And Rosas trying to chase it down, but he gets out of bounds. Turnover to the Witches. .524 remaining in the third quarter. As Curtin, such speed through that neutral area. Gets it in. Coughlin wide open. Great job there by Zach Gordon. As Coughlin tried the underhanded shot, Gordon got the cross down in time. Check there by, and Damian Jackson, I should say, able to knock it away from Bernal before he could get control. So the Highlanders will have it here as Damian Jackson has it. Loses it out of his cross, though. Got to clean it up here before it gets out of bounds. As the illegal check there. Gets it to the Highlanders. And they will have the restart. As Jackson feeds it forward, looking for DeAngelis. DeAngelis out of the defensive zone. We know Matty D's got speed. As he cuts away from Bernal, double team comes. And he pulls it back out. 4:30 remaining in the quarter as he loses it out of his cross. Flips it up into the air, and there's Matt Costa to pick it up. as Costa gets accosted by Lister. Jumping attempt there by DeAngelis as he was able to pick up the ground ball far side, just outside the crease. Shot goes out of bounds. Highlanders closest to it. They will get the restart as Foley starts here near side. Candelino gets it at X, back to Foley. Out to the top of the alleyway. That's Colin Rosas with it. As Chris Casesso will come on, he will get the ball. Casesso now dealing with the ball. A little underhand shot there, just wide. Not sure if Vincent Milano was able to get some sort of contact on that ball. Out of bounds, and Salem will get the possession as Bernal gets the restart. Great job defensively there, closing down on Casesso driving in. As Benson with it, spins away. Gets away from the cross there by Bindacar, the check there from Bindacarla. It's Benson all the way down, spinning away, keeping that ball on the cross. Tries the backhand shot there, goes wide to the near side. Salem able to keep the possession, 4:22 remaining in the third quarter. It's Coughlin now from behind the net, defended by Joseph Giordano. So get it out to Lister, out to the top there. That is Bernal. Oh, and the whip there. Sidearm shot by A.J. Alessi with the left hand. That laser into the right-hand corner of the goal is his hat trick as he has 3 goals, 11-2. Now the Salem lead, 3:09 remaining in the third quarter. 3 witches with hat tricks today. Andreas Bernal, number 5. A.J. Alessi, number 18. And Jake Lister, number 27. All with 3 goals or more today. It's Tim Jones in the face-off circle now for the Highlanders as they're changing things up there. Ball bouncing around. Benson's going to come up with it, but Tim Jones right there with the long cross trying to get the ball away. Benson does get it. Feeds that one forward. Now it's Bennett driving into the alleyway. Right-handed shot from Bennett. Wide to the far side. Coughlin able to keep the possession for the Witches. Flag is thrown. So Damian Jackson will head to the penalty box, offsetting penalties, as Gabe Bennett also sent into the penalty box. Some extracurriculars between the two of them. They will take a break. 5-on-5 lacrosse here. So Coughlin will get the restart from the X position. Giordano with the defense. Restart will come from the goal line extended far side. Coughlin will feed it out to Curtin. Curtin to the top of the alleyway. Now they get it back to Curtin. So Witches taking their time here. They've got the 9-goal lead. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. As Curtin cuts away from Tim Jones, loses it out of the cross. Giordano fighting for it there on the ground along with Curtin. Ball still down on the ground. Really late season Easter egg hunt going on here. Who's going to come away with it? And Curtin will get the bouncer as he has the possession for the Witches. Feeds it out here to the near side. A.J. Alessi with it. He ripped off a beautiful left-handed shot for the last goal as both penalized players are released. Back to 6-on-6. Lister now at the top of the alleyway. Feeds it to the interior. Back out to Curtin. It's Curtin driving in against Josue Guevara. Gives that one off. The opportunity there on the interior from A.J. Alessi. Unable to close the deal. Well defended on that play. Damian Jackson able to get the partial block. Restart as Bennett comes out of that X position, loses the ball out of the cross. Casesso with speed as he's running so fast he lost the ball for a moment. Lost that advantage on Bennett. Now he's got to try to re-get it. Instead, he feeds it out here near side to Foley. Under a minute remaining in the third quarter. Highlanders down by 9. It's Candelino back at X. Tyreek Jones on him. It's Candelino all the way around to the top of the alleyway. He's got DeAngelis out there. He'll feed it to him. 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter as DeAngelis drives into the alley. Fires the right-handed shot. Right by the butterfly attempt of Vincent Milano. And Matty D has a goal. Highlanders with their third of the game. 25.6 seconds remaining. Highlanders still trailing 11-3 here in the third quarter. Salvato back out into the face-off circle against Rosa. And Salvato able to get this one for the Highlanders, but loses it out of the cross as Rosa checked him. Tim Jones, though, will clean it up as he will drive into the attacking zone. He loves this shot up the alleyway. Fires that one, and that's tipped by Vincent Milano. As Milano did a great job, flew down into that butterfly position, but was able to get that cross up for the block. Shot from Foley from the left wing. Goes wide across the goal mouth. 9.5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Candelino quickly out of X. Gets it to DeAngelis. Matty D drives in. 2 seconds remaining. He's got to get a shot off. And he does, but it's wide of the net. And that will do it for the third quarter of action. Highlanders trail by 8. As we will be back here at Dilboy Stadium for fourth quarter here on Somerville Ed TV. Back at Dilboy Stadium, fourth quarter action between the Witches and the Highlanders here on Somerville Ed TV. Highlanders trailing 11-3 as we move to the fourth quarter. It'll be Salvato and Rosa once again in the face-off circle as Rosa wins that back to Benson for the Witches. And now Mikey Curtin as he enters into the attacking zone. Nice job defensively there by Giordano as he was able to get the cross on that pass. But the Witches able to keep the possession as Bernal will get it at the top of the alleyway. And on Andreas Bernal, number 5, 4 goals in the game for the Witches. AJ Alessi, number 18, out wide there with the ball. 3 goals. He's got a hat trick. It's Bennett here near side, defended by Antonio Lewis. Now Bernal back to the top. That's Lister. He also has a hat trick, 3 goals. It's Bernal now, breaking in. Bernal, very dangerous, can shoot with both the right and the left hand, as can a couple of the others, as AJ Alessi also has been able to show that talent. That shot went too high. Salem able to keep the possession. It's Lister with it now. Defended by DeAngelis. Kicks it off to Bernal. Bernal over here to Curtin. Curtin with Tim Jones on him. Curtin fires that shot. Left-handed shot goes wide of the net to the near side. Coughlin keeps the possession for the Witches. So the Highlanders began this game in a zone defense concept. Now they've gone to more of a man-to-man type zone, man-to-man type defense. It's Lister. Collects the ball at the top of the alleyway. Witches in no rush, leading by 8, 11-3 here in the fourth quarter. That's Bennett with it out wide, gives it off to Lister, back to Bernal. Now Bernal calls for Coughlin, as Coughlin, I should say, comes out. Coughlin loses it out of the cross, tries to feed it back to Bernal. As the Highlanders, as Giordano got it for a moment but couldn't keep control of it, but it's out of bounds. Last to touch it was Giordano, so Salem keeps the possession. It's Lister now. Top of the alleyway, under 10 minutes remaining in the game. Witches taking their time. Fed to the inside to Alessi. As Jones was there defensively, able to prevent the left-handed shot. Now Lister driving in against DeAngelis. Double team comes. Nice job by Damian Jackson as he checks that ball out of the cross. DeAngelis picks it up. Flag is down as Lister is going to get sent off. Lister continues pounding away at DeAngelis. So DeAngelis is able to get into the attacking zone. He'll keep on the attack here as he heads towards the crease. Spins away. He's got Curtin on him. As DeAngelis' goal line extended, we've got a stoppage of play here. Lister's going to get sent off, I believe, for the cross check. And there goes Lister towards the penalty box. We have a timeout on the field. The Highlanders taking the timeout. When we return from the timeout, Highlanders will be up a man as Jake Lister sent off for the Witches. 8:54 remaining in the game. It's an 8-point lead for the Witches. Highlanders got plenty of work to do when we're back on Somerville EdTV. Back at Dilboy Stadium here on Somerville EdTV. 8:54 remaining in the game, trying to figure out what our situation is on the field as Lister has been sent off for the Witches. So the Highlanders have the man advantage here. As Chris Casesso has it on the right wing, feeds it back to Colin Rosas. Rosas skip pass down to Matt Costa. Now Candelino back behind the net. Highlanders trailing by 8. Need to get some points and face-off wins. Rosas feeds Costa. Back to Candelino. Candelino gives it out to Foley. Foley back to Candelino. A little no-look pass there as Candelino partially blocked on his shot by Vincent Milano. Highlanders closest to it when it goes out. Costa will get the restart. Feeds it off to Candelino. As Rosas now out in front of the net. It's Candelino. Out to the top, that's DeAngelis. He thought about a shot, lost it out of the back of the cross, picked it back up. Casesso now near side. Unable to secure the pass. Casesso tried to get that one over to Candelino, but Milano, so quick with his cross, just plucked that ball out of the air. He tried to hit Bennett racing down the near side of the field, but it went out of bounds. 7:39 remaining in the game. Highlanders will get more bites at the offense here. Antonio Lewis with the restart for the Highlanders feeds it forward to Matt DeAngelis. As DeAngelis will easily obtain the offensive zone. Still up a man are the Highlanders. It's DeAngelis into the attacking zone. Around his defender, fires that one into the net. What a funky angle DeAngelis had on that. And he was able, kind of a backhand over the head shot there, as Milano committed to the near side, and DeAngelis was able to put it by him. 7-point lead now for the Witches. Highlanders need to get some face-off victories to get back in this game. It's Pat Salvato into that circle against Matt Rosa for the Witches. As Salvato going to be called for the hold. Ball will go over to the Witches. 7:23 remaining in the game. As Benson now loses it out of his cross. Tim Jones, good job there by Timmy. As he's battling for the ball, he's going to come away with it with that long cross into the attacking zone. Trying to get Colin Rosas cutting into the top of the alleyway, a little behind him there. Rosas able to pick it up. Back over to Jones. Timmy with the shot. Blocked by Milano as it bounces out of the crease. Candelino will look to pick it up. Difficulty over there, though, as the Witches are able to take it away from him. Toss back in. Milano looking to clean it up. That ball into the net as Milano had it in his cross, let it pop out of his cross, bounced through his crease and into the net. Own goal against the Witches, and now it's a 6-goal lead for the Witches. So the Highlanders have cut it to 6. They need another possession here from the face-off circle. Rosa and Salvano in the face-off circle. Highlanders need another face-off win. They need quite a few of them here. It's Bennett trying to get to it. Tim Jones takes it down the alleyway, fires that one. Milano with the kick save from the butterfly. What a save there from Milano as Timmy Jones bringing that big stick down the alleyway. Loves to take that shot, but Milano stoned him that time. 6:33 remaining. Salem will get the possession as they were closest on the errant shot, I guess. Now Curtin with it. Curtin throws it behind Barnall. Highlanders will get it on the turnover, trailing by 6. Came into this fourth quarter down by 8. Now they trail by 6. Tim Jones tries to get the cutting call in Rosas, but Bernal was able to knock it away. Curtin able to pick it up, and now Bennett with it into the attacking zone. Bennett feeds it off to Alessi. It's A.J. Alessi driving in, attacking. Very dangerous with that left-handed shot, but DeAngelis was able to keep him from taking it. Good job defensively by Matty D. He's got speed as Curtin is approaching him from behind. Drives down the alleyway off of a check. Flag is thrown. And we'll see who will be sent off here. Cross-check is the call as Mikey Curtin will be sent off for the Witches. So the Highlanders up a man, down 6 goals, but the opportunity to cut it to 5 here as Foley gets the restart. Gives it to Candolino. As Casesso cuts inside, he's defended well. Foley feeds it to Costa. Costa looking for the pass to Casesso. Knocked away by the Witches. Now Casesso trying to get control of the ball. Shepherded that ball out of bounds. Push-off will be the call, as Pontius got whistled on that. Casesso drops it down to Candolino. Candolino from the X. Comes around, fires that one. Milano able to stop that one. As Candolino trying the little underhand shot coming out from X. So he feed it forward to Benson. Benson having difficulty there as Rosas trying to check the ball away. Now Casesso also, or I should say DeAngelis also there. Pass though, fielded by Coughlin. He turns and fires. Zach Gordon is able to control that. His pass out to midfield to Rosas. As they go into the attacking zone, Foley looking to clean this up. He will. He fires that one. It goes wide. Highlanders will keep the possession. 4:35 remaining in the game. Highlanders need some goals quickly here. It's a cutting Foley, too high for him. Rosas picks it up top of the alleyway, fires that one. It's too high. Candolino gets the restart. As Pasquale feeds DeAngelis. Matty D now from the left wing. Defended by Curtin. Spins away, pulls it back out. Rosas, top of the alleyway. Defended by Bernal. Side winding shot there. Too high over the goal. Highlanders keep the possession. Candolino in position. 4:05 remaining in the game. Candolino. Defended by Jones. Comes around, thought about the shot, pulled it back. Spins away from his defender, looking for Foley. Foley trying that tough angle shot. That's where he scored from earlier. Partially blocked out of bounds. Highlanders get the restart. It's Casesso from the near side. Goes back to the top of the alleyway. That's DeAngelis with it. 3:35 remaining in the game. Highlanders down by 6. Got to do something here on the offense. It's DeAngelis. Gets by Johnson. Or Jones, I should say. Fires that shot. Hits the outside of the netting on the near side as Mikey Curtin had jumped on defensively. Now Coughlin with it. Powering past Giordano. Feeds Alessi. And A.J. Alessi pulled that back out instead of taking the shot. Salem very aware of the 6-goal lead with only 3 minutes remaining in the game. Heady play there by A.J. Alessi as the junior pulled that right back. Now Curtin. Driving down the alleyway after the screen from Coughlin. And nobody was near him as he put that one by Giordano. .253 remaining in the game. Face off now, Rosa and Salvato. As Rosa able to pick up that ground ball, lost it though. So he's trying to get control into the offensive zone for the Witches. Easter egg hunt going on, but picked up there by Bennett for Salem. They will set their offense. 2:30 remaining in the game. Salem can basically just move this ball around the perimeter. It's Leo Fash into the game for the Highlanders at the top of the alleyway there defending Curtin. As Curtin tried to hit the cutter, a little behind him. Opportunity here for Antonio Lewis as he keeps pushing the ball downfield on the ground. Perfectly legal there. He's got to pick it up at some point, though. And he will. Highlanders way into their offensive attacking zone. Under 2 minutes remaining. Candelino has it at X. It's Pasquale. Takes the shot wide across the goal mouth. Candelino was the X-man on that play. Nobody was back there to keep the possession, so Curtin will go ahead and get the restart here for Salem. Minute 42 remaining. As Curtin feeds it off to Milano. Milano all the way downfield trying to connect up with Bennett. Instead, it gets all the way down. Taken by Highlander goalie Zach Gordon. Goalie-to-goalie connection there. So now Damian Jackson has it out wide. Loses the ball out of the cross. Tough checking there by Benson. Infraction called against the Witches. So the Highlanders will get the restart. Minute 15 remaining in the game. As Lewis feeds that downfield, trying to connect up with Leo Fash. Fash trying to get that ball on the ground, joined over there by Luke Avakian. Salem ends up with the possession. Restart here by Gabriel Bennett. Under a minute remaining as Salem enters the attacking zone. Out wide with it is A.J. Alessi. He will break in front of the goal. Fired towards the net, blocked by Zach Gordon. A kick save there by Zach. Possession maintained here by the Witches. Coughlin with it. Coughlin feeds top of the alleyway there. Under 30 seconds remaining as the Highlanders will drop their record to 6-11 on the season. The Witches will improve to 6-10 on the season. Both teams out of playoff contention. So they play for pride at this moment. Bernal looking to add to his 4-goal total. Fires that one towards the net. It was partially blocked, and yet it bounded into the net. Past Zach Gordon, as I think the partial block was able to throw Gordon off as he tried to block that one. So 13-5 is your score. 6 seconds remaining in the game. Don't forget, we will have Highlander playoff action on the volleyball court as well as on the girls lacrosse pitch as Rosa tries for the goal there. Zach Gordon will pick that one up, and that will do it as the Witches come away with the 13-5 victory here at Dilboy Stadium. Goals on the day for the Highlanders from Chris Casesso. Matt DeAngelis had 2. Seamus Foley had 1. And an own goal was scored by the Witches as well. Andreas Bernal, a tremendous game for the Witches. A couple assists and 5 goals for Bernal. AJ Alessi as well as Jake Lister, both with hat tricks for the Witches. That will do it for us today from Dilboy Stadium. Thank you so very much for watching at home. We really do appreciate it. Thank you very much, Bill Trudell on camera, Joe Constantine on direction. I am Todd Harmon, and you have been watching Somerville Boys Lacrosse on Somerville Ed TV.